Dumelang guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sehlake, also go by the name Reneilwe. Whichever one you can pronounce, it's okay, it's fine by me. I've been away for a minute. Comment down below if you want to know the reason why, but I'll warn you, you guys will be very disappointed in the reason why I've been away. But moving right along, we are going to be meal prepping in this video as per the video description or video title, shall I say. But however, you guys have seen me meal prep before. What's different about this meal prep? I'll tell you. What's different about it is that this is a meal prep that is very affordable and it's also time saving, shall I say, because you're cooking one kind of meat, that's not even English, but we're cooking one protein in different ways, in different forms. This is affordable if you guys do not have the money to be buying variety of meat for a meal prep, just so you can have variety of different kinds of meat, which is what I already kind of said. I am repeating myself. Moving right along, if you're a student and you cannot afford to buy different kinds of meat, or if you're simply on a crunch of time and you also don't have time to meal prep, but you're trying your best so you can have a home cooked meal every single day, then this video is for you. But however, if you're not interested in eating the same kind of meat throughout the week, then the other meal preps that I've done on my channel will be suitable for you. I'll link them up here and down below. And moving right along, we are basically going to be cooking this meat in different ways and different forms so that we can enjoy it throughout the week. This is something that came into mind when I was thinking to myself, some people do not have the time to be buying different kinds of meat, or some people cannot afford to buy different kinds of meat. Chicken is one of the affordable kinds of meat that are out there. You can get chicken feet for less than 20 rands. You can get chicken gizzards, chicken hearts, chicken livers. Chicken is very affordable, hence why I'm going with the chicken. Comment down below if you'd want something like this but with different kind of meat, as in beef or lamb. Ooh, lamb is expensive though, or pork. Comment down below, but I'm gonna try this with chicken so that it can be affordable way of actually meal prepping without having to change meat and everything like that. So we're gonna get straight into it. So how we are gonna do this is we're gonna take our whole chicken and we're gonna cook it in different ways, in different forms, as I've already said. But however, it's also the pieces of chicken that are actually going to be cooked differently. So ideally, in this meal prep, you can go step by step with me as far as this is concerned, or you can make this work out for you. Meal prepping is a nice part where you actually make things that actually work out for you. You don't try and imitate somebody else, or you don't try to do it other way. It's about making it functional for you so you can be able to eat a home cooked meal every single day, or at least majority of the time in the week, and to avoid going out or eating out, because that can be very much expensive. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start cutting up my chicken into different pieces, and I'm going to do it off camera, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you or explain to you guys which pieces are going to be cooked in what method or what way for which meal. So see you once this is all chopped up for you. It's gonna be 1 second. For me, it might be 5 minutes. All right guys, so we have chopped up our chicken into different pieces or categories, shall I say. We have the wings, we have the drumsticks, we have the chicken breasts. One of the chicken breasts have been deboned, so there's no bones in it, and then the one still has bones. And then the bones that are removed from the breast, ooh, can't pronounce anything, breast, I didn't throw them away. They're here. They're gonna be part of our stew. They can add on as a broth to the stew. And then I have my 2 chicken thighs over here. So basically the whole chicken is here. So we're not wasting anything, and we're gonna be utilizing every single part of the chicken, which is what makes this more affordable, because you're getting more meals out of one piece of chicken. Not piece of chicken, one whole chicken, shall I say. So we're gonna start off with the first meal that we're going to make. So that is going to be our wings and drumsticks. I prefer my wings grilled, so I don't want to make stew out of them or anything like that. So we are going to simply take our wings and drumsticks and we are going to grill them, and this is going to make a nice dish. We're going to throw in some rice, throw in vegetables, thinking sweet potatoes, and then have some gravy, and then that is it for this meal. All right, moving on to our next meal. It's going to be our deboned chicken breast. So what we're going to do is, while we're going to grill the wings and the drumsticks, we're going to add this breast to the grill, and we're also going to grill this. And what we're going to do with this breast is, once it's we're going to cut it down into smaller pieces, and then we're going to grill, actually we're going to grill it as a whole so that it doesn't overcook while it's cooking with the wings and drumsticks. And then we're going to cut it up in smaller pieces once it's cooked. And once that is done, we're gonna like our breast nice and juicy. We're gonna add it, we're gonna have it with pasta and a nice mushroom and cheese sauce with it, and that is good for a nice meal. So now sometimes you want to have a nice meal where it's a bit fatty or more interesting. If you have children, this is also going to be nice, because I know most kids do love potato wedges. So we're going to pair up the second breast. We're going to fry it. You can add sauce to it. You can do whatever you want to make it more tasty and more juicy. And then you can have it with potato wedges. It's a simple meal. It's very quick. It's just two things on a plate: wedges and chicken strips. If you'd like, you can cut it in different ways. You can cut it in strips, make it chicken cubes, but I like it as in, if you're gonna have it with potato wedges, it is nice to have it as a whole. But in my case, I'm gonna cut this in half and have it in cut it in half instead of a whole, and then have it with potato wedges. So moving on to the last bits of the chicken that we have left here, we have the bones that we took off from the chest of the chicken, the ribs of the chicken, and also the bones that we took from the breast. And then we have our 2 chicken thighs. What I'm going to do with these pieces are, we're going to make stew out of these. But the nice part about this meal prep is that, like I said, we're going to stretch out each and every single part of this chicken, meaning we're going to make stew, but this stew is going to benefit us in 2 ways. So part of the stew is going to be consumed with rice, and we're going to have it with sweet potato, and or we can have it with spinach, any other vegetable on the side. So that's how we're going to have it. And the other way we can have this is, once it's cooked, we can always shred up the last bit of the stew, and we can add it to mashed potatoes and create our own cottage pie. So like I said, we're having chicken in different ways, different forms, different methods. Another thing that I'm gonna add on here, which I've always shared in my other meal prep videos, is that once you're cooking starch, so if you're gonna cook rice, ensure that you incorporate it in 1 or 2 more, not 1, 2 or 3 more meals in the week. That way you cook rice once and you have enough starch for 3 days or 4 days if you'd like. And then you can always incorporate another starch element. In my case, I'm only incorporating rice and potatoes. So we're gonna have potatoes in a wedge form, we're gonna have potatoes in a mash form, and then we're gonna have rice. So that is our starch for the week: rice and potatoes. Always ensure that whatever starch you're including, you repeat it in the week. That way you don't have to cook a lot of stuff at once, and you don't have to clean up a lot at the end. You only cook rice, you only cook potatoes, and you are done. And then the vegetables, you can make them repeat in the month, not in the month, in the week. The best side is, I've tried the freezing method and they still taste fresh. So if you're worried that your vegetables are not going to stay fresh for long, just freeze them, and then when you're ready to consume them, microwave them, and then you're good to go. If you guys want me to show you how I cook my stew or how I grill my meat or anything like that, comment down below. Maybe I'll give you a thorough tutorial on that. But this is just a simple touch base of a meal prep, and this is me going under the assumption that you already know how to cook. You just want to find a way to eat a home cooked meal every single day without having to cook every single day because you don't have the time for it, or maybe you don't have the energy for it, or you just prefer cooking once a week. So that's what I'm going off of. As you can see, I have my spices here. You guys know I like to make my spice mix. That's, if you watch my other videos, then you know about this. My special spice mix is basically the spices that I usually reach out for. So I ran out of this, so I'm just gonna incorporate this into the video. So basically what I like to do is, in your house, if you're a regular cook or you're used to cooking or you know how to cook, you usually have certain spices that you reach out for often, and these are my spices that I usually reach out for often, and I add them to my special mix because I know that whatever I'm cooking, I'm gonna wanna have to add that. So my usual spice that I reach out for is paprika, so I'm just gonna add paprika to my special mix spice. Always run out of paprika. Another spice that I usually run out of is it's not spice, it's herbs. So it's parsley. Always add parsley. Add it to my potatoes. I add it to my rice. Add it to my meat. If I have an excuse to add it, I'ma add it. Sometimes I don't even need an excuse. I'm definitely going to add that. I definitely love Italian herbs. They have this beautiful scent to it and a beautiful taste to your food. I really like it. It makes your food taste like you went the extra mile without really going the extra mile or breaking a leg for it, or I don't know, doing the most. Then the next spice that I don't usually go for this one, but because we're making chicken throughout, I know I'm gonna want a little bit of a kick in my chicken, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper. If you're not into hot stuff, you don't have to add this. Like I said, this is your own special mix. You get to mix up whatever you like to mix up in your spice. So I'm just adding a little bit of the cayenne pepper, and since it's solemnly gonna be chicken we're cooking, I'm gonna add some chicken spice to it. I wouldn't add this to my beef or my steak or my chops or anything like that, but because we are cooking chicken today, I'm adding some chicken spice to my mix. And then another thing I'm going to add, I don't usually go for basil, but I'd really like to add in some sweet basil to my chicken because I feel like it would kick up the scent of my chicken, and it's going to be nice when I have it freezed or frozen, and then when I microwave it, have that scent come through. And then another thing which is weird that I like to add to majority of everything is ginger. I know it's weird. I frowned the first time when somebody was like, you must add ginger to your stew or your whatever, but guys, it works for me and I'm gonna use that. I'm already making a mess, so I'm gonna add some ginger to that. And then we're gonna add some celery salt. If you want, you cannot. If you want, I would suggest don't add salt to your spice mix because different kinds of meat require different levels of salt in them. Some meat take salt very well and some meat don't, so don't add salt to your spice mix. Have salt be on the side. In my case, I'm just gonna add this in here because I am cooking chicken throughout, as I've already said. And then that is it for my spice mix. I'm gonna close it up and then I'm gonna give it a nice shake. And then this is basically the spice mix I'm going to be using throughout all the meals that I'm going to be prepping for when I'm grilling my chicken, for when I am stewing my chicken, for when I'm frying my chicken. I'm going to use this spice mix. I don't have to waste time going through all of these spices. I can just use this one and then save up time, and then I can just add it on to every other thing that I'm going to be cooking today. Alright guys, so you've seen us cook chicken in many ways. Right here we grilled our chicken and we're going to have it with rice, some sweet potato and some relish. And then here we have some penne pasta, and then we have also grilled breasts alongside with mushroom cheese sauce. And then here we have our chicken stew with mushroom and spinach alongside some rice. And then here we have our chicken cottage pie. Cottage pie is nicer if you make it in the ramekin you're gonna serve it in, but to make it as like one whole thing and then try and cut through it, I was supposed to wait for it to cool down first, but I like for my food to cool down in their lunch tins, and then I can just wash the pots and wash everything else. As you can see, like I have a huge pile of dishes there that I already washed. So I like to just clear out everything. While something is cooking, I can just start washing some of the stuff, so I double up on my time. And then moving on, right here we have our potato wedges and our fried chicken breast. And since I had too much sauce, I ended up dabbing a bit of sauce right on top of our chicken so that it at least has a bit of sauce to it. So that's the nice part. So basically, these are 10 meal preps. I'll be sharing these with my sister, so this is enough for 5 days. But if you live by yourself, this will last you for 10 days. If you are a family of 4 or more, I would suggest getting more than 1 whole chicken. At least get 2 whole chickens so that you can make you can stretch it out for a week at least, amongst you and your family members, or you and your friends, or you and whoever else you live with. So this was very quick, this was very easy, this was very affordable. You saw me reuse a same pan to fry something else, preserving all the juices, preserving all the flavors from something I had fried, or better yet, not being wasteful of the amount of pots and pans that I get to use by reusing it. You saw me put my cottage pie right into the same pan or oven dish that I used to cook my potato wedges in. You can utilize the same thing over and over again. And what I like is, because it's chicken cooks faster, so this is the best way to save up on your time as well. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this meal prep, give this video a thumbs up. It helps out my channel. If you guys have any questions or would like for me to go through each recipe or a certain recipe with you, comment down below. If you guys enjoy this, comment down below as well. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions, please do comment down below and let's have a chit chat there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. There is more to come on my channel. I have an organizational video coming up on my channel, and I have a shop with me video also coming up on my channel. We're going to be organizing the pantry to be more direct. So if you guys are interested in anything living, creative home living, please subscribe to my channel. There is more coming through. And with that being said, don't forget to be kind, love, and light. Bye!